Hi there, my name is Stephanie Johnston and I'm going to teach you a little bit of yoga today. I do recommend a couple of blocks if you have them handy, otherwise a full water bottle can be good just to bring the earth a little bit closer to you. This will be a Vinyasa practice. I do recommend at least a little experience with Vinyasa in your past, but it's totally okay if this is your first time trying it out. Just know that Vinyasa is usually inherently a little bit more fast-paced and a little bit challenging. So if you feel that this is super challenging, it's because it is. So take breaks when you need to. Know that the practice will start to feel a bit more natural the more you do it. And we're just gonna start in a seat. So grab your chihuahua if you have him near, maybe grab a block to sit up onto. Once you're ready, just get comfortable in your seat. Maybe you start to close down your eyes if that feels safe, or you could just gaze softly somewhere in front of you, maybe down on your mat. Think about really releasing the weight of your pelvis down, letting the crown of your head just float up to the sky. You might shift back and forth a bit here until you feel as though your shoulders are right over your hips. Spine is nice and proud. Together, take a deep breath in. And an open mouth exhale. Again, breathe in, fill up to capacity here. Open your mouth, press it out. Last one like this. Breathe in. Press it out. This time at the bottom of your exhale, seal your lips, breathe in through your nose. And keep your lips sealed this time, breathe out through your nose. Again, coming into our Ujjayi pranayama, in through your nose. And out through your nose, letting there be a little bit of texture here with that exhale. So imagine trying to fog up a mirror in front of you just with your breath. You might hear it a little bit. And I encourage you to continue this nostril-only breath right now and as we move throughout practice. And again, this is another challenging part about Vinyasa, is matching this breath to your movement. So if it feels difficult, that's normal. You'll get used to it, but we always have days, of course, where it can be a little bit more challenging, and that's okay. Do your best. Open mouth exhales are here for you as you need them. We'll just come into a little bit of a rhythm here with your breath. Intentionally breathing in, breathing out. And as you're ready, start to gently blink your eyes open here if they're still closed. And we're gonna come into a tabletop. So if you have a block, you can just move it off to the side for now. Keep it close in case you need it later. We'll stack shoulders over wrists, hips over knees. Really find a wide stance with your hands here. So your fingers are spread out wide. Take a deep breath in. As you breathe out, find your cat pose, dome out your spine, gaze towards your belly button, lift your shoulders high, breathe in for cow, drop your belly button low, melt your shoulder blades together behind you. You might gaze all the way up to the sky here. Exhale to send you right back into your cat pose. Breathe in for cow. Let's take a couple more rounds of this, and if you'd like, you could add a little bit more movement here, maybe finding some barrel rolls or wrist circles or really whatever feels natural for you here. Just make sure that that breath is at the center of your attention. Even though we've added movement on, you still have a rhythm of inhale and exhale, knowing that everything else we add on is just extra. The only rule here is that you breathe. And take about one more round, full round of breath. Meet me in your stable, still tabletop when you are ready to move on from this. And if you are here with me, just breathe in, spike up onto your toes. As you breathe out, downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana, send your hips up high, and you could go for a little bit of movement here as we settle into this down dog, maybe pedaling out your feet, shifting weight around, just feeling out this first down dog of our practice today. Maybe it's your first down dog of your day, of your year, of your life. Either way, just notice. Maybe there's a spot you feel a little bit sticky. You can spend more time moving there, getting a bit more loose. And when you are finally ready, we'll find stillness. Take a little bit of a check-in. Just like your tabletop, I want you to think about spreading your fingers out wide here. Create a nice stable base for your hands. And as you lift your hips up, you're pushing your hands so that your hips go back a bit and then letting your heels drop down to the mat. It is okay if your heels are a little bit lifted, especially if you have kind of a longer down dog stance or just in general. However you land here, you're driving your heels down, getting that stretch in the back of your legs. Together, breathe in now, lift your heels high. And exhale, drop them back down. Good, again, lift your heels up. And exhale, drop them low. Breathe in, lift them high. This time we're gonna ripple forward into your high plank. So shoulders over wrist here, a little bend in your elbows and press the ground away actively so your shoulders are pressing up to the sky. Breathe in, shift forward just 2 inches, and as you breathe out, see if you can keep a straight line as you lower all the way to your belly. Once you're here, press the tops of your toes into your mat, squeeze your legs and feet together, engage into your glutes. On your next inhale, just peel your chest up with little to no weight in your hands here. So you might even float your hands. Think about touching your elbows together behind your back. Breathe in. Breathe out, lower back down. It's our baby cobra. Let's do it again. Breathe in, peel up, melt your shoulder blades down. Try to remove any wrinkles from the back of your neck here. So your neck is just nice and neutral. You don't need to gaze up anywhere. Take another breath in. Let's lower down. Option to take your baby cobra again, or this time if you want to join me in fierce cobra, spike up onto your fingertips a little bit outside of your mat and line with your shoulders so your elbows point up to the sky. Breathe and peel your chest up and think about pulling your heart forward. So you want to go for kind of a long, even curve in your back rather than letting there be any deep crease, especially in your low back here. That might mean a pretty big bend in your elbows. Breathe in. So you breathe out, drop your left shoulder down. Let's gaze towards the right, finding a little bit of a twist here. Breathe in, back through center. This time, drop your right shoulder down and wring out your spine. You could even send your gaze up past your left shoulder here. Breathe in, up through center. And exhale, release back down. Bring your hands beneath your shoulders. Spike up onto your toes, engage your quads. See if you can keep one straight line here. Rocket ship up, high plank. Downward facing dog. All right. Once again, we'll breathe in, lift your heels this time. We'll gaze forward. Take some little baby steps all the way to the top of your mat. Meet me in ragdoll. So feet pretty wide here, maybe even wider than your hips. You can point your toes out, find a nice juicy bend in your knees, and could grab for opposite elbows. I really like to interlace my fingers behind my neck and then rest my hands on that place where my neck meets my head. A little bit of weight here. See if you can bring a little bit more weight into your toes. Breathe in. And out. Go ahead and start to release your hands back down to the mat if they have lifted, and start to heel toe your feet together. As close as you want. They can stay hips width distance. You could bring your big toes together to touch. And then keep your gaze on your toes. Keep a bend in your knees. Let's rise real slow here. Let this be pretty dramatic. Just doming out your back as you lift. And then finally, when you're standing tall, squeeze your shoulders up towards your ears. And as you take your next exhale, drop your shoulders down your back, shine your palms forward. Breathe in, sweep your hands above your head. Find Urdhva Hastasana, your upward mountain pose. So stand as tall, as straight as you can. Think about pushing the ground away and knit your ribcage in. Breathe in. As you breathe out, dive down to forward fold, Uttanasana. Bow at your waist. Inhale for your halfway lift. Hands can come to your shins or thighs, and then use this contact to actively press into your legs so you find a lot of length in your back. One more breath in. So breathe out, plant your hands, step back, high plank position. Inhale, shift it forward. Lower just halfway this time. Squeeze your elbows in. Everything is engaged here. Weight into your fingertips. Can always drop to your knees as well. Inhale for your upward facing dog. You'll push the ground away with your hands. Drop your hips low, but you might keep your thighs lifted here unless you've taken the cobra variation. One more breath in. Downward facing dog, flip back over your toes, hips up high. Beautiful. Let's pause here for an inhale. And an open mouth exhale. Seal your lips, breathe in, gaze forward. On your exhale, you can step, float, hop, whatever carries you to your forward fold. Once you're there, rebound immediately, halfway lift, and exhale, fold back down. Breathe in, Urdhva Hastasana, reach high to the sky. Breathe out, Uttanasana, reach for the earth. Ardha Uttanasana, halfway lift. Plant your hands, step, float, hop, journey back to your high to low plank, into your upward facing dog, and downward facing dog. All right, that is another round of our Sun A. We'll do about 2 more rounds here. Breathe between, fill up. Open mouth, let it be noisy, exhale. Good, breathe in, rise to your toes. You can hop, step, travel to the top. Halfway lift, forward fold. Root to rise, press the ground away through your feet as you stand tall. And send it back down, Uttanasana. Ardha, your halfway lift. Plant your hands, Chaturanga Dandasana, high to low plank. Breathe in, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. And Adho Mukha Svanasana. 1 more round, fill those lungs. And empty them out. All right, breathe in, get light, and on an exhale, travel. Halfway lift, forward fold. Reach high, Urdhva Hastasana. And low Uttanasana. Ardha, rebound again here. Plant your hands, take it through, high to low plank. And know that you can always skip these high to low planks too. Meeting in down dog could just mean pressing your hips up high. Once you're here, 2 breaths, breathe in, open mouth, exhale it out. Good, again, a nice deep inhale. And exhale. As you inhale, rise to your toes, gaze forward, travel all the way to the top. Halfway lift, forward fold. Urdhva Hastasana, stand tall. And take a little pause here. Just gonna find a side stretch. So grab onto your left wrist with your right hand. Left foot can come to the outside of your right foot. So kind of turning into a banana shape here. Reach up and over to the right. So my hips are kind of pressing to the left, but keeping everything facing forward here. Nice side stretch for the left side. Breathe in. Breathe out. Good, inhale back through center. And exhale other side. So right foot to the outside of your left foot. Reach for your right wrist with your left hand and pull up and over, open up that right side body here. Let's breathe in. And exhale. Good, on your inhale, back through center, Urdhva Hastasana. And exhale, Uttanasana. Halfway lift. Plant your hands. Take it through your flow, whenever that looks like for you. And down dog is where we meet. From here, immediately breathe your right leg high. Find your 3-legged dog. Still think about pressing your hands hard into the mat here. Making that straight line from your hands to your right heel. Take a breath in. Just breathe out. Bring your right knee to your right tricep and hold. See how high you can bring your knee. Almost to touch your armpit, and rock your weight forward over your fingertips here. Keep pressing your shoulders high. Breathe in, kick back. 3-legged dog. And as you breathe out, bring your right knee to your left tricep. Same thing here. So like you could touch your armpit. How high can you reach that knee? Press, press, press the ground away. Breathe in, 3-legged dog. Cheetah pose, knee to your nose. Tuck your knee in. And again, how high can you pull it to your chest? Inhale back, 3-legged dog. Bring your foot all the way through this time. Let's find low crescent lunge, Anjaneyasana. You might have to take an extra step forward depending on where your foot landed as you brought it through. And then just melt your hips forward. Make sure your left foot's straight behind you. And let's sweep our hands up here. Just a nudge forward with your heart. I really want you to think about pressing hard into your right heel here, like you could drag your whole body forward. Take a breath in. On your exhale, reach for your right wrist with your left hand, as we did in our Urdhva Hastasana. Think about pressing your hips slightly to the right as you pull your right wrist up and over to the left. So big side body stretch on that right side. Breathe in here. And exhale. Good, inhale back through center. And as you exhale, let's find your high runner's lunge. So just spike up onto your back toes, both hands surround your right foot here. Weight forward. And then right to your easy twist. So your left hand down, right hand high. Stack your right shoulder over your left shoulder, nice and square through your hips. You might even bring your hand to your low back here and go for kind of that table feeling in your low back. And then reach your right hand back up. See if you can keep your hips square as you do. Breathe in. On your exhale, right to your Vinyasa side plank. So your right foot can come up and over, maybe to stack, maybe to float, or you might go for kind of a tree leg shape as I'm doing. Really press the ground away through that left hand and see if you can keep your left shoulder over your left wrist. Could always drop to your left knee. Breathe in. Exhale, wild thing. Drop your right toes behind you. Press your hips up. Pull your heart towards the front of the mat. Another inhale here. As you exhale, take it right there. We're gonna flip over. Find your high to low plank. Maybe keep your right foot lifted for your Ekapada variation. Downward dog is where we meet. Whew, all right into the fire here. Let's do that on the other side. Breathe your left heel high, three-legged dog. Try to keep your hips square. One more inhale. Left knee, left tricep, hold it high. Push, push, push as you lift your shoulders up. How high can you bring that knee? Kick it back, three-legged dog. Cheetah pose, knee to your nose. Pull it in as you send your weight forward. Three-legged dog, kick it back. Left knee to that right tricep. Pull it high. Use your core here. Kick it back. Oop, we went out of order there, but that's all right. Bring your foot right through. Low crescent lunge, Vinyasa. So your right knee down, left foot forward this time. Again, you might have to walk it forward a little bit more. Squeeze your inner thighs together here, even as you're melting your hips forward. So your legs are still active. Going for an active stretch, kind of in that right hip flexor, left hamstring space. Breathe in. And as you exhale, reach for your left wrist this time. Pull up and over. Find that side body stretch. Could even gaze up under your left arm. You might have to press extra hard into your left heel to keep your balance. On your inhale, back through center. High runner's lunge. Both hands down, spike up onto your back toes. Breathe in. It's an easy twist. Right hand down, left hand high, stack shoulder over shoulder. Again, you might go for square hips here by finding your hand on your low back. You could walk your left foot over to the left a bit as well. Kind of an adjustment that'll help you square off your hips and make the twist a little bit less intense. Let's breathe in. As you breathe out, Vinyasa side plank. You might float your left foot the whole time here. Think about sealing your right foot to the ground, your entire right foot. So if you're on that knife edge, see if you can push your arch to the ground here. This will help give you a bit more of a stable base. Breathe in. Wild thing, drop your left toes behind you, open up your chest. You might close your eyes here for a moment, release your head. Breathe in. Flip it all over, high to low plank. Chaturanga Dandasana, maybe finding your Ekapada variation. And downward facing dog is where we meet. Whew. All right. Let's breathe in. Open mouth, exhale. On your inhale, rise to your toes. Hop or step or float to the top. Halfway lift and fold. Urdhva Hastasana, reach it high. And find that side body stretch, reaching for your left wrist. Left foot comes behind your right foot, reaching up and over to the right. Inhale back through center. Other side. So right foot to the outside of your left foot, reach for your right wrist, open up your right side body. Breathe in, inhale through center, and exhale, dive down. Halfway lift, find that long straight spine and then plant your hands. High to low plank. Breathe in, upward facing dog and downward facing dog. Inhale your right heel high, and on your exhale, right knee, right tricep, just a tap here. Breathe in, kick it up. Right knee to that left tricep, cross it over. Inhale, three-legged dog, cheetah pose. Send your weight forward. Breathe in and extend. Bring your foot through, plant it down, Anjaneyasana. Sweep your hands up and then reach for your right wrist with your left hand, pull up and over, press hard into your right foot here. Back through center, deep breath in. High runner's lunge, both hands to the mat. Open up to your easy twist and then right to your side plank, and we'll spend just a little bit longer here. Take a breath in. As you exhale, wild thing, drop your right toes behind you. Flip it over, take it through your flow. High to low plank. And down dog is where we meet. All right, other side. Breathe your left heel high. Left knee to your left tricep. Inhale back. And then cross over, left knee, right tricep. Back through your three-legged dog. Cheetah pose, give your knee a kiss. And then sweep it all the way back. Left foot through. Low crescent lunge is your in-breath. Find that nice side stretch here, pulling on your left wrist. Press into your left heel. Inhale back through center. High runner's lunge, hands to the mat. Breathe in, easy twist. And then right to your side plank for a breath. So if this takes you a couple of steps, take those steps. One more inhale. Wild thing, drop your left toes behind you, stretch it out. Let's flip it all the way over. Find your high to low plank. Chaturanga. Beautiful. Once in your down dog, go ahead, drop to your knees. Find a seat here. You could take a moment to roll out your wrists one direction and then the other. Especially if yoga is new to you, it can be a lot for your wrists, so make sure you're finding breaks as needed for them, keeping them nice and loose. And we'll do that flow again and add on just a little bit more throughout. So keep your ears open. Some things will feel familiar, some things will feel a little bit more new. Let's meet in downward dog. Maybe just coming through your tabletop, press your hips high. Together, deep breath in. Open mouth, exhale. On your inhale, rise to your toes. Travel to the top. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Urdhva Hastasana. Stand up tall. Reach for your left wrist. Left foot comes around and behind to the side of your right foot. Big side stretch here. And this time we're gonna just sweep around all the way to eagle pose. So your left leg as you come through center will sweep up and over. Coming through a one-legged Tadasana, left leg over your right. Left arm beneath your right if you want eagle arms here. Otherwise, a big bear hug is also great if eagle arms feel a lot. Either way, you're opening up your shoulders. And if you have the eagle arms, think about pulling your elbows up in line with your shoulders. Pull your fingertips away from you. Maybe your drishti, your focus, your gaze goes to your fingertips. Breathe in. Breathe out. On your inhale, let's come back through your one-legged Tadasana. And then drop your left foot down. We'll do that on the other side. So right foot up and around. Your left foot, reach for your right wrist. Big side stretch. So you pull your right wrist up and over, and again, big sweep all the way to eagle pose here. So right leg up and over to wrap around your left, maybe a single or double wrap. Right arm beneath your left arm if you want your eagle arms here. Try to keep your shoulders over your hips and really, really squeeze your arms and legs together here. So if any air wanted to get through, it couldn't. Squeezing really actively. Breathe in, one-legged Tadasana. And as you exhale, right to forward fold, release it down. Halfway lift. Plant your hands, take it through. High to low plank. On your inhale, lift your right heel high, find your three-legged dog. Right knee, right tricep, give it a tap. Breathe in, kick back, three-legged. Right knee, left tricep, and this time, hold it here, or Pull through, find your fallen triangle by bringing the knife edge of your right foot to the left side of your mat. Press into your right hand as you crack open, kind of like your wild thing, but with a much wider stance through your legs. Keep pressing your hips up. Drop your left shoulder down. Let this be a bit of a back bend. And then we'll flip it around. Left hand down, three-legged dog. Cheetah pose, knee to nose. Inhale, kick back. Bring your foot through. Plant it down, low crescent lunge. Sweep your hands up high. This time, instead of the side plank, let's find side stretch. Let's find an open twist by bringing your right hand behind you, left arm forward, and then let's exalt this low crescent lunge. So your right hand could come to your left thigh as you sweep your left hand up. Keep pressing to that right heel, keep dropping your hips forward, and you could even play with walking your right hand a little bit further down your left leg. Might feel good to spike up onto your left toes. Keep your hips as square as you can. Breathe in. And as you breathe out, let's take it right to easy twist this time. So left hand down, right hand high, stacking that right shoulder over your left shoulder. If you want to find a little bit of playtime here, you could take this straight to your big toe pose. So you can join me on this journey by reaching with your peace fingers, your right pointer and middle finger, wrapping around your right big toe. Going straight to your side plank is also an option here. But if you want to, you might join me in keeping this grip on your toe as you press into your left foot, into your left hand. Remember, seal that whole left foot down. Maybe play with straightening out your right foot, but keeping the grip with a bent leg is also a great place to hang out if this is new. One more inhale here. You could start to let go of your grip if you have it. Wild thing on your exhale. Drop your right toes behind you. Press those hips up. Take a breath in here. All right, this time, as we flip over, just come to your three-legged dog. So right hand down, right foot high. Kick it up. Keep pressing the ground away from you. Breathe in. So bring your foot through, plant it down. Bit of a funky transition. So from our high runner's lunge, bring your right hand in front of you, maybe to a block. We're taking this right to half moon. So you can start to stand into your right leg, open up so that your left shoulder stacks on top of your right shoulder, left hip on top of your right hip. Ooh. Things might get a little bit wobbly here, and that's okay. I want you to think about keeping your right toes pointing north here. And then just like there's strings pulling your left foot, left hip, left hand up to the sky, can you lift, push the ground away? One more breath in. As you exhale, land as gently as you can. Find warrior two. So our first warrior two, pretty late in the practice here. Really press into that outer edge of your left foot here. As you sink into your right leg, make sure you can see your right big toe here just by encouraging this right knee back towards your right pinky a little bit. Gaze over right fingertips. Breathe in, reverse this right hand. Up, left hand can ride down your left leg. Keep sinking into that right knee. One more breath in. And as you exhale, extended side angle. Reach forward, and then you could prop your right forearm on your right thigh here. Left hand could reach up and over. Maybe you gaze up underneath your left arm. And as you're pressing your leg away with your arm, really keep your legs active here. So you're still pushing the ground away through that right foot. You're active. You're making this straight angle from your left heel all the way to those left fingertips. On your inhale, reverse once again, right hand high. And as you exhale, cartwheel down. Take it through your flow. Maybe keep that right foot lifted the whole time. All right, downward facing dog. Excuse me. Let's do that. Other side. Breathe in, left heel high, three-legged dog. Left knee, left tricep, just a tap. And then kick it back, three-legged. Bring your left knee to your right tricep again. Hold it high here, or fallen star, pulling your left foot through. Flip over. Again, relax your right shoulder. Let it drop behind you. Press your hips up. Flip it back over. Three-legged dog, left heel high. Find that cheetah pose, knee to your nose, last one. And then kick it high, three-legged dog. Bring your foot all the way through. Low crescent lunge as you inhale, sweep your hands high. And again, this time, an open twist. So left hand behind you, right arm in front of you. Keep your hips square, even with this twist introduced in your spine. And on your inhale, let's exalt this. Left hand down, right hand high. Maybe your left hand just rests on your right thigh. Maybe you walk your hand a little bit closer to your heel. Spike up onto those toes. Keep pressing hard into your left heel. Breathe in. Easy twist, right hand down. Left hand up. Lift that right knee. Wring out your spine. And again, if you want to join me on this fun little journey into Vashisthasana, or rather big toe pose or Vashisthasana, grab for your left big toe with your left peace finger. See if you can keep the grip as you start to seal down your whole right foot. Press the ground away through your right hand. Whoop, you might fall out like I did, and that is totally okay. Keep pushing the ground away here. Rainbow shape with your body, so you're lifting that left hip high. Breathe in. Wild thing, left toes behind you. Crack your chest open. Flip it over, three-legged dog. Left heel high to the sky. And on your exhale, bring your foot through, and again, we're just taking this right to half moon. So as you send your weight forward into your left foot, you could reach for your block or the mat with your left hand, and then blossom open. Think about stacking that right hip over left, right shoulder over left. And again, find that lift, like you are pressing the ground away through your left foot. Maybe your left hand even floats for a second here. Squeeze your shoulder blades together, flex your right toes back, breathe in. As you breathe out, Virabhajasana 2, Warrior 2. So your right foot will land as much control as you can. Try to stack shoulders right over hips. We tend to kind of surf forward, so see if you can pull things back here. A little bit more weight into your right foot. Breathe in, reverse this, left hand high. Go for length here, even as you keep bending into your left knee. On your exhale, reach forward as far as you can. And then down, extended side angle. So your right hand will reach up and over this time. Keep pressing your leg away from you with that left forearm. So you're finding lift out of this left side body, a little bit of core here as you roll your right shoulder behind you. Breathe in, flip it up, peaceful warrior or reverse. And exhale, cartwheel down. Plant your hands, maybe your Ekapada variation of your Chaturanga Dandasana, downward facing dog. Whew. Let's inhale. Open mouth, exhale it out. You can start to drop to your knees here. We'll start to slow things down here pretty quickly. So you could come right into a seat. Just crossing over your feet, let your legs go long in front of you, maybe grabbing a block to sit on if you would like. Flex your toes back towards your face. Breathe in, sweep your hands high. And as you breathe out, Paschimottanasana, seated forward fold. Pull your heart forward, and wherever your hands land is perfect. You could grab onto your feet or your legs, or maybe just even kind of grip your mat. And keep thinking about nudging your heart forward as you flex your toes back towards your face. Breathe in, you could find a little bit more length here. See if you can hold this depth as you exhale, maybe even deepening a little bit more. One more breath in. And out. So you breathe in, start to rise back up. Excuse me. And from here, reach your hands forward. You might scooch forward on your mat a little bit more here. Dome out your back, tuck your chin in. Let's roll all the way down until you're lying down on your back. And set up for your supine twist. Breathe your right knee in. Give it a nice squeeze here as you pull it to the outside, that right side of your rib cage. Take another inhale. And as you exhale, supine twist, right leg up and over. Try to keep your right shoulder pretty heavy so that it's still in contact with the ground. If there's space between your right knee and the mat, it's a good place for a block or a bolster if you have it, so that you can really melt into this without worrying about your right shoulder lifting. Breathe in. Breathe out. And your inhale back through center. And then release your right leg long, squeeze your left knee in, give it a hug, take a deep breath in. And exhale, supine twist, opposite side. So your left shoulder glues to the mat this time. Left knee up and over, maybe gazing towards your left hand. And don't forget that rhythm of your breath, even here. On your next inhale, pull through center. Gather both knees into your chest. Find Apanasana, wind relieving pose. You could bring your head all the way up to meet your knees. Make yourself really tiny here. I like to kind of roll a little bit. Find a little massage. We'll find happy baby. Reach for the outside of your feet or your big toes. Let your knees just kind of drop to either side of your ribs and see if you can keep your low back pretty heavy here. You could kick into your hands, finding a little bit of movement, or just be still if that's what you're craving now. A little bit of stillness is always good. Just breathe. One more breath in here. And exhale. You are always welcome to stay in your Ananda Balasana, happy baby. If you're ready, you can start to just make your way into your final resting position, whatever that looks like for you today. Could just let your hands and feet drop out heavy and picture yourself really melting into the mat, into the earth below you here, taking root in a little bit of stillness, and just being mindful to not skip or rush through this part, even if Shavasana is difficult for you. See if you can sit with that, knowing that it will pass, but this is an important part of the practice to acknowledge and to be a part of, so see if you can be present here, even if it's not your favorite part. And if it is your favorite part, take this time to enjoy. Notice how your body feels after this movement. Find some time for your breath and for some silence. And this is where I will leave you. Thank you.